Thank you, guys. No, sit, come on. Thank you all so much. Mr. Speaker, Madam President, and through you to the members, my dear colleagues, Governor Baker, Governor Patrick, Mayor Walsh, Treasurer Goldberg, President Murray, thank you all. Thank you. I want to thank my good friends who spoke today. Senator Michael Rush of West Roxbury and Senator Jamie Eldridge of Acton. They are the best. Thank you, gentlemen, for your friendship, your guidance, and your awe-inspiring service to our Commonwealth. They are my crew, so give it up for them. Come on. And to think folks say that a progressive Dem and a moderate Dem can't get along, it's all baloney, y'all. It's all baloney. Thank you, Senator Rush, for your incredible sacrifice serving our country in the military as Lieutenant Commander. Thank you for your service. I am so moved and honored by all your presence here today. We didn't plan it this way. I swear we didn't. But it's so appropriate because today is a day that we celebrate love. And I've loved this job. I've loved this place. I've loved my constituents and you, my colleagues. And my heart is full today. It's full of the memories and the goodwill and the laughter and victories that we have shared. This is where my career in elected office began, here in this historic chamber back in 2005. To be exact, it was during budget week on April 25th, right? I was sworn in along with two other freshmen who won special elections that year, Chris Baranzo and my good friend who I go to for advice, the gentleman from Brighton, Leader Mike Moran. Thank you. You know, it's been a remarkable journey over these 13 years. I had the honor of serving with some of the best people ever assembled under this dome. Together, we made a difference. That first year, right off the bat, we tackled equal marriage, and we ensured that our neighbors would never again have to worry about an assault on their right to be with the ones they love. What a way to start a career in elected service. I am so proud of that vote, of how we stood tall, people from both sides of the aisle, from different religious and life experiences, and I know you are too. But my career here in the State House started well before 2005. I first arrived here in 1996, just out of Boston College. I interviewed for a job with then Chief of Staff Lily Mendez to become a legislative aide in the office of State Representative Charlotte Gola-Ritchie. Thank you, Charlotte. I know Charlotte and Lily are here today, and I'm so grateful that they took a chance on a young woman who was more interested back then in fashion design than public service, right? Public policy. Come on. But I also want to thank my champions who encouraged them to hire me. We all need people in our corner. And for me, that was the Honorable Jim Brett, who also served in this chamber with distinction. Thank you. There he is. Good. And my priest, rest his soul, Father Bill Francis. But none of us do this work alone. We stand on the shoulders of men and women who blazed trails long before we came along. To Leader Byron Rushing, who embraced my candidacy for state rep in my first election. To Marie St. Fleur, Mel King, Bruce Bolin, Senator Diane Wilkerson, and Representative Gloria Fox, who are here today. Thank you. These men and women helped me to see my own path forward. And Senator Ben and Representative Ben Swan, who joined us here today. Where is Ben? All right. Here, hey. Hey, come on, Ben. But these women and men helped me to see my own path forward, and it was so important for me as a young person of color to see myself in my leaders growing up and starting my own career. I was fortunate to come here on the vanguard of a real sea change in state and country. I was elected a year before Deval Patrick first appeared on the scene, and I was proud to work for his election. I loved my time working with him and his wife, Diane Patrick, another great model for grace and dignity and success. And together with many of you, I was so excited to support and work hard to elect the greatest president in my lifetime, Barack Obama. And, you know, we miss his leadership and that of his amazing First Lady, but we will have a chance to feel that way again someday. And I have faith that it won't be a long wait. From my first days here as a member, I felt the support and guidance from all of you, my colleagues and my peers in government. I see members of the city councils here from Boston. Our president, Andrea Campbell, thank you for being here. I see my friend, City Councilor Frank Baker. Thank you for being here. You know, I felt the support of my colleagues and my peers, and I was so fortunate to serve under Speaker Sal DeMacy, whose wife Debbie is here today. Thank you, Debbie, for being here. Sal saw promise in a young woman, a young member from Dorchester, and gave me the chance to step up, serve, learn, and lead. I'm forever grateful to you, and we're happy he's home. To Speaker DeLeo, you supported me at every turn. You gave me the chance to challenge myself and to help my district. You have been a mentor, a friend, a wonderful leader for the House. We have laughed a lot, and I am so proud of you and the work you've done, the example you've set. On behalf of my constituents, thank you for your leadership. It was hard to leave this chamber, but when I did in 2013, my friends in the Senate made the transition so wonderful. My fellow Dorchester girl, President Therese Murray's here today. Thank you, Madam President. Woo! Thank you, Madam President, for leading the way, for breaking down the barriers, for making me feel welcome and empowered. And I remember every now and then as I walked through the halls, I'd hear from a distance, Dorchester, and I would respond, in the house. So I wish. I wish we had more time together, but we made the best of it. And you will remain such a great friend to me in council, so thank you. Thank you also to Senator Rosenberg for bringing me into your leadership team. Thank you. To President Harriet Chandler, Madam President, thank you for your dedication to the Senate and for showing your leadership when we need it the most. I am in your corner rooting for you, and I know you will succeed, so thank you. To my colleagues in the Senate, thank you so much for your friendship all throughout the 5 years. In particular, I want to recognize Katie O'Connor Ives of Newburyport, right there, Barbara L'Italian of Andover, Michael Moore of Worcester, you know, my Boston delegation crew, Sonia, Sal, Buncori, Will, and I already have Rush, all right, and me. But all of you, really. I want to thank the Boston delegation. The Massachusetts Black and Latino Legislative Caucus, the Women's Caucus, thank you for all your partnership and commitment. To Governor Baker, we have worked so well together, and I really admire how you approach your work here in the Commonwealth. Even on those matters where we've disagreed, and there's a couple here and there, right? You have heard me out, and you've listened, and you've given my constituents your good faith and your best effort. So I am proud to call you a friend, so thank you to you and also Lieutenant Governor Karen Polito. I extend that feeling to all of my colleagues here who happen to belong to a different political party. Minority leaders Bruce Tarr and Brad Jones and all of you. I've never let the labels, the D's and the R's, get in my way. We are all here to serve, and I've loved working with each and every one of you. Thank you. There is no greater privilege than to serve your community, your neighborhood, your city, your block here in the legislature. I am so grateful to the people of the 1st Suffolk District and the 12th Suffolk District for sending me here to represent them. And I hope that I was able to live up to their expectations on my better days and to make you proud. Every day I came here, I would think of you and why you sent me here. I feel like we accomplished so much together. We built new paths along our waterfront on the Neponset River and connected communities that were separated for many decades. We fought hard to improve our business districts and to add new amenities. We built new housing and train stations in Dorchester and Mattapan, and there's more in the pipeline. We've created jobs and made it easier to access them. We've partnered with businesses and unions and civic leaders to level the playing field. We create new pathways to wealth and security. We have been tested by tragedy, and we've shown what strength and resiliency really looks like. It's been an honor to be one of your voices here at the State House and to fight that good fight alongside colleagues who are just as devoted to our progress. And I leave here knowing that we are in good hands. In Boston, we have a tremendous partner in government, another former member of the legislature, our mayor, my friend, Marty Walsh, who is here today. Thank you, Mayor. I want to thank Marty. I thank you, Marty, for your leadership and your friendship and for being a good neighbor. Seriously, he's out there shoveling all the time. He's no joke. I'm not kidding. He's my neighbor. He's just serious. To the amazing women and men who worked with me throughout the years, I salute you. We all know the work. We all know the people who work in our offices are the ones who make the difference for our district. I want to thank everyone from Team LDF over the last 13 years. Some of them are here today. Sasha Link, Jaquetta Van Zant, Michael Williams, Jacob Bombard, Sean Pierce, Amanda Curley, and Janice Blummer. Thank you. And to my current crew, thank you to Kathy Christian, Kitcha Nazir Allen, Patrick O'Brien, and my Chief of Staff, Seferina Mural. Thank you, guys. To all the wonderful people in this building who believe in public service and have dedicated their life to serving others. Thank you to the Senate Clerk, Bill Welch, my good friend Michael Hurley and the team. To the House Clerk, Stephen James and their incredible team. To our court officers, Paul and everyone, thank you. To the Senate Business Office, Deb Woodman, the House Business Office, Patty and the team, thank you. to the incredible State House Rangers under the leadership of Captain Steve Owens, who are on the front lines protecting us every day. Thank you. Because I was the state's only elected Haitian leader for a time, my staff and I worked overtime to help constituents who did not live in my district, but who saw me as their best connection to state government, as their voice. I did my best to help them. To my Haitian brothers and sisters, I will always be your advocate. I will always lift my voice with yours. We know there are always mountains beyond mountains, but we climb and we conquer, and together we are stronger. And that will never, ever change. Thank you. Thank you. The immigrant story is the American story. I stand before you as a first-generation American. And only in this country can you start from humble beginnings and become a state senator. So konen fom palon ti kreol la. Mais moi merci communauté haïtienne pour tout support nous bon moi, pour tout encouragement nous bon moi. Là me posé candidat pour 13 ans depuis là dans Massachusetts. Moi dis nous merci. Merci parce que nous campez avec moi. Merci Gary Zizi, beau séjour, my goodness, tout le monde. Dr. Woody, Natasha Claire, merci parce que nous sommes là avec moi. Merci en pile. As you all know, and you know it well, this work is not possible without the sacrifices of others who support us at home and those who came before. I see Senator Jack Hart, my predecessor. Thank you for being here. I see City Councilor at Large, Ayanna Presley. Thank you for being here. And I hope that President Bill Bulger is watching and listening to this. I say thank you to him. I have been lucky to have that support and encouragement from day one from my family. My mother, Annie Dorcena, is with me today. Mami Kape? You know, she cared for our children from their youngest weeks to allow me to get back to work quickly or to hit the campaign trail. My father, Andre, did the same, cannot be here today because he has Alzheimer's. As did my grandmother, Anita, who is at home. And I will get them the video so they could watch this. But my mom is amazing. My grandma will be 104 in a few weeks. And I got to tell you all, I'm just going to tell you, you know, she is praying and singing church hymns for all of us here right now. Literally, she is. So my parents set me on a path this many years ago. They gave us everything we needed to succeed: education, faith, confidence, and a safe and loving home. They encouraged us to be good citizens and to give back. And there's no political advisor or consultant in the country who I would listen to over the words of my mother, Annie Dorcena. She's the heart and soul of my political career. Merci, Mommy. To Bill. The love of my life. Will be married 18 years this year, you know. Who he has encouraged, counseled, and loved me. He is actually the one that pushed me to run. And at that time, we had John, who was 13 months old. Just a quick story. Mayor Walsh was then state representative here. And Mayor called Bill, who's a journalist. And we say thank you to all the press. Continue to do the good work and reporting. Even though you're under attack nationally, we thank you for your work that you're doing. But it was Bill talking to then Rep. Marty Walsh, who called him because he has the report in newspapers, and he said, yo, Bill, there's rumors Speaker Finneran stepping down. You know, who do you think should run? Who do you think should run? And Bill's like, well, that's Linda's seat. Linda should run, right? And so Bill hangs up the phone, and then he comes to me. He's like, Linda, you know what? You should run for this seat. I'm like, are you crazy? Run for what, right? But here we are. As a rep, you know, since being a rep, I had 3 additional children. Where it could have appeared to many of you here, because a lot of you were here when I had my babies, so it could have appeared that I was having these children around budget time. But I'm going to say to you that was not the case. But we got a whole lot of things done for the district, so thank you. And so to my children who are here, you saw them when they were infants, and now to John Patrick, who is 14. Kape Jabati, stand up. To Connor. Woo! To Connor Forry. Connor, who's 11. Stand up, Connor. Connor, stand up for mommy. Woo! To Madeline. Madeline, stand up. Madeline is 7. Wave. And to my baby Nora. Nora, wave to mommy. I say thank you to them. You see the baby? Okay. To Ed Forry, my father-in-law, who has been a constant source of advice and support. From our first day on the trail in 2004 to helping us organize the St. Patrick's Day breakfast. Thank you, Dad. Thank you for all you have done. To my brothers and sisters, I see my brother Franz and Patrick who's here, thank you. To my uncles and my aunts, Tonton Leek, Mata Josette, Mata Nela, Mata Marie, merci, right? It's a lot of people. Okay, wave, guys. Stand up. Okay, good. To my cousins for all their help, but in particular, I want to highlight a brother and sister team, Carolyn and Philip Brunis. And I say this because in 2004, when we had the special election, it was in the middle of a winter storm. And every day, knocking on doors 7 hours a day, losing 20 pounds on the campaign trail, my cousins were by my side. When I felt exhausted, they called me and said, Linda, we're going door knocking today. So Carolyn and Philip, stand up. Thank you, guys. Woo! To my bestie, to my best friend, my goodness, Tiffany R. Warren, a girl down the street in Roxbury. To the amazing community where we came from, the Dudley Street Triangle. I see John Barros who's here. You know, we grew up in an incredible, incredible community. But I did not think that Tiffany would be here today, and then she popped out of the elevator. But I gotta tell you, this is a lifelong friendship. Since we were 15 years old, we've been friends. So Tiffany, thank you. And so I take my leave from this house, from the people's house. We have done so much together, and we've made this a better Commonwealth. We have shown that labels and party affiliations don't have to divide us. There is no one here in this building whom I can't work with, and no one in this building who I can't laugh with and find common ground. We have shown what's possible when good people come together to do great things. I think that example is something that is worth celebrating. And we certainly can use more of this Massachusetts form of leadership across our country. And so for me, it's time to start a new chapter. And I am excited to move into the private sector and join John Fish at Suffolk Construction as Vice President of the Northeast Region for Diversity, Inclusion, and Community Affairs, and to make an impact in a different way. But I will not be a stranger. And I won't promise you today that I won't be back someday, somehow. You never know what tomorrow brings. But what I know for sure is that I will never forget what you have done for me, for my family, and for the people. The people. I have been... And for the people I have been honored to represent for the last 13 years, this is not a forever goodbye. This is not a sad farewell. This is simply a time for me to say to all of you, thank you, and I love you all. Thank you, and God bless.